Everyone, this is my '03 Tahoe recover the front seats video. I was going to do a video on this, then I wasn't. Then I realized I had a bunch of extra footage and it's not horrible bad. My camera angles weren't great, but you know, it might help someone out for the 400 people, maybe 180, 400. Anyway, welcome gentlemen and mom to the maybe 15-minute boring recover the seats in the Tahoe video. We're jumping around a lot. This is done. This has been done for a couple months, but let's go check out and see what I did. I'm going to do hopefully a short video on putting the new replacement seat covers, not seat covers, really this is the whole upholstery, because we're going all the way to the foam. Putting the replacement seat upholstery on these GMT800 Tahoe seats. Now I'm cheap, so we literally bought the cheapest set of upholstery I could find on eBay, and I think they came out to less than $50, and they may have even been free shipping. They were cheap. Are they gonna last forever? No. Am I an upholsterer? Absolutely not. But they look better than the cracked up old stockers that the foam's coming out of, so I'm just going to do it for the fun of it and be happy. First things first is we got to get some wiring disconnected because there's a lot going on in these things. Let's go get the phone. This green guy needs to come off. That guy down there needs to come off. Got an idea on those. Maybe not. Don't think he needed to come off. Well, all of us who've had these old Chevy trucks have dealt, I think, with this before, and I'm going to do what a lot of us are forced to do by necessity and poverty. I'm going to throw the world's cheapest replacement upholstery at it and see how we do. Yeah, it's not anywhere near good, and I'd love to take time to make a new one, but I'm just not that good, and this is what I can get for, I don't know, $24.95, something ridiculous like that. GM called this factory upholstery leather. I highly doubt any cow was ever involved in production of this interior. There's a lot going on underneath this thing, but doesn't really affect what we're going to do. The only thing we really have to worry about is this control panel over here. Very doubtful any cows were involved in producing this interior. Oh, it's broken. Thank you, GM, for making a plug you can't see to see how it unhooks. Let's put it in there upside down. I'm not sure if this got too hot at some point or what's going on, or if that's glue. No idea, but it was working. I have to keep an eye on that. Literally the bottom of the shelf special here. all this, I realized I had forgot to record the most difficult and important part of this project. So let's talk about this for a little bit here. See, these new seat covers do not come with a cutout for our seat control panel. And this is absolutely critical. So I'll show you, here is the factory cutout. And I will tell you, even at the fact that these were incredibly cheap, this is a nerve-wracking process. Basically, well, it was for me. It might not bother you at all. We'll just have to pretend, because obviously the seats are back in the truck and I dropped the ball, but pretend this is our new seat cover. And here's our old seat cover. And I sort of did a combination, of course this is the wrong side, but of lining it up and kind of getting a general idea. And you can take like a Sharpie, a permanent marker, and make an outline of what you need to cut out. And the important part is not to go past the opening, so that your new opening it has to be covered by the control plate. That's one of the important things. Do you see how these cuts, these corners are radiused? Now this becomes a critical thing, because say we're cutting out the new one. So here's our new panel. And we've got our template here. This is going to be our opening that our panel covers. Sorry about the shakiness. This radius here becomes incredibly critical, because if you have to follow that with the knife. If you cut a straight line past in either direction, this becomes a weak point that will tear the vinyl fabric. You can't have, that's going to rip. Every time you sit on the seat, it flexes and stresses. So anytime you have a straight line, that's a weak point that's going to tear. You have to make sure to keep nice round radiuses at all the corners. So as you lay this out, make sure that with your knife or scissors, however you do this, you follow that radius cutting out the new opening. I did it in small kind of attempts where I had to take it back apart and open it wider. I actually did it on the seat with scissors very carefully. And the new seats don't come with this reinforcement, unfortunately, which would be nice. The new upholstery does not come with that reinforcement. Other than that, it's just a matter of kind of making your new opening to do the job of the old one. But you see from the factory, they radiused all the corners so it would not have a tear out. The opening doesn't have to be as wide as the panel is. It kind of comes back about there, and then this covers it, so you can't see where my opening is. Important thing is right here, make sure you press the creases in to get the Velcro down onto the foam. The new seat covers come with the Velcro installed. They will press right down on the foam. That is really critical. It's been a couple days, but I'm going to get back on this thing, see if I can get this seat back together real quick. We'll see if we can reverse that to make it make sense. You sucker. I know you come out of here, man. The two bolts. Biggest thing is making sure none of these wires are getting pinched. Good enough for what it is. A good thing, bad thing. Good thing is, well, bad thing, there's a lot of wires. Good thing is there's only really one way to hook up said wires if you can figure out where everything goes. And there's much more. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. The wonderful thing about Chevrolet seats is all of these electrical connectors, basically there's only one way to go on. What blew my mind under here is that the fact that seats have gotten this complicated. Man, I didn't ever put two and two together to realize that seats are such an overly complicated part of the vehicle now. It really is crazy how much is going on with motors, sensors, and I bet new vehicles are just 10 times as bad, because you got to imagine with all the curtain airbags and everything else, they have to be ridiculous. Should have left the doors off. That would have made life easier. Oh, you're an idiot, Aaron. Somehow we survived. Well, that's where it's going to be until I can get the battery hooked back up and back her back into place. It really doesn't look bad, though. Ah, shit. I didn't like that. Here's what our finished seats look like, and I'm really happy with these. I'm pretty thrilled. They're not perfect, but they're not bad. The whole car smells a lot better in here. New carpet, well, new used carpet. So I'll make the end of the seat project video, and you can see how well they match the original factory backs that we cleaned up. And we're got the WeatherTech mats in the bottom, the cleaned up used carpets in there, and it's shaping up. Doing your own seats really is pretty straightforward. Other than the external torque sockets you need to get for this, it's really not bad if you know your way around tools a little bit in an afternoon and just take your time. This is a pretty simple project. If I get a couple of years out of these cheap seat upholstery, I'll be thrilled with it. And from then on, we'll do something else. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. If you like the crazy stuff I do, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Or not, it really doesn't matter. Either way, I'm still going to make the best quality content I can, and it's not going to cost you anything. So have a great day, have a good weekend, keep turning wrenches, and keep having fun. Later.